Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So I've just played a bit of Friday the 13th the game as the most recent Jason edition, part 5. He's definitely an interesting addition to the game with some very clear pros and cons, so let's take a look. Part 5 Jason, like many others, has very clear strengths and weaknesses both in stats and gameplay. His weaknesses to damage and combat, but strengths in stealth and speed are definitely geared towards showing Part 5's true nature in the films, seeing as, of course, spoiler alert, Part 5 Jason in the movies isn't actually Jason. Part 5 has clearly been designed with one-on-one combat and stealth in mind. His boost in run speed leaves him able to chase down lone survivors, along with his standard abilities of course in shift and morph. His strength in throwing knives also helps him to catch running survivors with actual damage and possibly slow them down, and Stalk allows him to sneak upon survivors that, as of yet, aren't aware of his presence, much as he does in the movies. Part 5 Jason is definitely the silent killer, and whilst he's great at one-on-one and stealth-orientated combat, his weaknesses give him some problems in other areas. Part 5 Jason has a weak defensive stat. That means he takes less damage to remove his mask, and he also has a lower chance to block attacks, neither of which are ideal for group combat against, of course, multiple counsellors. To double down on this weakness, Jason also suffers from a lower stun resistance, meaning that weapons that may not otherwise be the best at stunning Jason will have a better chance against him, seeing as he's less resistant to them. Finally, his grip strength is reduced, giving him a weakness in this area for both single and group combat. If we're being realistic, grip strength isn't a terrible weakness to have, especially if you're the type of Jason to go straight for the kill. But on the occasion you want to carry a counsellor over to an environmental kill, you may find they occasionally manage to break your hold. Not a common occurrence at all by any means, but bear that in mind if you are playing Part 5. Some things I did notice when playing Part 5 Jason were some fairly strange animation choices. Shears are an odd weapon of choice, even though canonically it does make sense, seeing as a very iconic kill from the franchise came from the Part 5 movie and were of course performed with shears, though they don't exactly translate perfectly into the game. Breaking down a door with garden shears feels a bit wacky at first, and some of the new kill animations are definitely odd. Whilst they, of course, as always, satisfy the gory violence aspect that has always made playing Jason so fun, Jason snaps the shears into two parts for a few kills, basically creating two smaller blades rather than a single pair of large shears. And whilst this does again make for great kills, the shears just magically disassemble and reassemble in his hands. It seems a tad lazy in that aspect. It's clear that so much work has gone into making all of the kill animations in this game feel perfectly weighted and acted, with of course Kane Hodder on motion capture, so having these shears just pop apart and together again with no animation behind them seems a bit dodgy. But that would be my only complaint, and it's entirely aesthetic. Maybe an animation of separating and thusly reattaching them just wouldn't fit into the kill animation, but who knows, it's a minor complaint really. So I guess the most pressing question here is Part 5 Jason good? He's definitely viable. All Jasons are, in a way, even the worst ones, and whilst he doesn't excel at group combat, an element of the game that is extremely important to handle correctly, he's definitely a viable and fun new killer to play, and whilst die-hard Friday the 13th fans might complain about him not fitting into the canon lore with his abilities in the game, he's fun to play and, well, that's all that really matters. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and tell me in the comments how you're feeling about Part 5 Jason. Don't forget to check out the channel whilst you're there too. I upload Friday the 13th content and news regularly, along with videos for other games such as Ark, Rainbow Six Siege and more. If you like what you see, subscribe and join us on the road to 10k, and hit the notification bell twice to keep up to date with every stream and video I release in the future. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.